You know that feeling, right? When an ad for those shoes you were just looking at seems to follow you everywhere you go online? Well, that's not magic. It's actually a massive, hidden, high-speed auction for your attention. And it's happening constantly, every second of every day. And guess what? You're the prize. So let's break down exactly how this whole thing works. Just think about that for a second. In the tiny fraction of a second it took for this page to pop up on your screen, an automated system figured out who you are and then sold a little piece of your screen to the highest bidder. This is programmatic advertising, and really, it has completely remade the internet. But to understand why this incredible, complex system was even built, we have to go back to a time when online advertising was, well, it was on the brink of collapse. You see, before this whole automated revolution, the world of digital advertising wasn't just messy. It was broken. It was facing a crisis of trust so severe that it threatened the very foundation of the free, ad-supported internet that we all use. And look, you don't have to take my word for it. This quote isn't from some random critic. It's from the advertisers themselves. They basically felt like they were just shoveling money into a giant black box, with no real way of knowing if it was working or if they were just getting totally ripped off. I mean, the problems were staggering. You had advertisers paying for ads that never even appeared on a user's screen. They were getting charged for clicks by fraudulent bots, and a lot of the time they had absolutely no clue which websites were actually showing their brand. The whole system was just slow, it was inefficient, and it was bleeding money. So yeah, the industry desperately needed a fix. And that solution, well, it turned out to be a technological one. Instead of relying on old-school handshake deals and human guesswork, the industry turned to the raw power of machines, data, and just blistering speed. So here's the absolute game changer, the crucial shift in thinking. The idea was to stop buying ad space in bulk on a website and just hoping the right people would see it. Instead, you could use technology to buy one single ad impression for one specific person at the exact moment they load a page. It's a total shift from wholesale to hyper-specific. And the difference was like night and day. I mean, the old way involved phone calls, long negotiations, month-long contracts. The new way is an auction that happens in milliseconds. Think of it like this. We went from buying a giant billboard on the internet highway to bidding for a custom message delivered directly to a single driver's dashboard. But how does the system know which driver to target? Well, the answer, of course, is data. This entire automated ecosystem runs on information about us, our behaviors, our interests, our intentions, all of it. Okay, so this data comes in a few different flavors. You've got first-party data, which is information a company collects on its own, like your purchase history on their site. Then there's second-party, which is when that company shares its data with a trusted partner. But the real powerhouse, the engine of programmatic advertising, is third-party data. This is info that's been gathered from countless sources, all packaged up and sold by data brokers to create these incredibly detailed profiles, like, say, people who are likely to buy a new car in the next 90 days. Okay, so we've got the technology and we've got the fuel, the data. Now let's put it all together and look at the most fascinating part of this whole system, the real-time auction that happens every single time you load a web page. All right, here's how it works, step by step. The moment you land on a web page, the site sends a signal to an ad exchange. Think of it like a digital stock market for ad space. It says, hey, I've got an ad spot, and here's some anonymous data about the person looking at it. Instantly, advertisers who want to reach someone just like you see that signal, and their automated systems place bids. The highest bidder wins, and boom, their ad gets zapped onto your screen. And here's the most mind-blowing part. That entire four-step process, from the request to the auction to the ad showing up, happens in under 100 milliseconds. That is literally faster than you can blink. An entire financial transaction just took place for a tiny slice of your attention. It's incredible. So this system is, well, it's undeniably efficient. There's no question about that. But that efficiency comes at a cost, and it raises some really profound and complicated questions about the kind of internet we're actually building. And this right here gets to the core tension of it all. For advertisers, the efficiency is a massive win. They get a higher return on their investment because they're only reaching the people who matter. But for us, the users, the trade-off is, well, it's a lot murkier. We get more relevant ads, sure, but it comes at the cost of our data being collected, packaged, and sold on a massive scale. It's fueling a multi-billion-dollar industry built entirely on our digital footprints. So it really forces us to ask a fundamental question.
What's the right balance here? Is this whole system creating a better, more personalized internet that's funded by ads we might actually find useful? Or have we accidentally built the most efficient surveillance machine in human history, all in the name of selling more stuff? There's really no easy answer. And as these algorithms get smarter and smarter, as they start predicting our behavior before we even know what we're going to do, it leaves us with one final and really crucial question to think about. In this new automated world, who is really in control?